Hello all, welcome to this next, okay good, everything's good. Welcome to this next Brood War replay. My noobest self, this is literally the fourth one I've ever casted. It's been fun, we've had a couple of Bisu games, and this is gonna be fun. PvT, once again, we saw Jaehoon in Fantasy, and now we've got Bisu, the orange Protoss on the bottom right, going up against Bogus, who's a player I don't know who he is. I've never heard before. He's a complete unknown to me, and that's not at all surprising considering how newbie I am with the Brood War scene. I just feel like having fun right now, and I want others to, and I want to share the Brood War awesomeness with everybody else. So, I'm just going to say enjoy. We are on Circuit Breakers. I'm not going to look at it in a second because I'm not that familiar with it, but I'm so curious as to what this guy is going to be doing. This Bogus player, no idea who he is. Let's look at the map for a second. We do have a good natural expansion, kind of short in, kind of looks like an Andromeda, except the natural and the third base are kind of switched. It's not an in-base mineral only thing, it's a third only thing. I guess you might be supposed to take this base as your third in these positions. I would be expecting that for Mr. Bisu. This could be used for, well for like a heavy vulture mech play from the Terran, but you've got a pretty wide open middle of the map, like it's seriously wide open. Large ramps are going to be pretty key for moving in for attacks. You got this small double ramps, very easy to hold contains, but this is going to be a big thing, especially with siege tanks. As siege tanks will definitely be able to sit up here on that high ground and control here as well as here without much difficulty at all. In this space, if this is the third for the Protoss, that's not going to be held with much ease at all. It's going to be really difficult, in fact. So now we're watching as Bogus is going to get almost a full surround on this probe, but it only takes 3 health. Alright, so that looks to be the map. And we see that only Bisu is scouted. Alright, so let's see what the game's be. This game will be entailing. It's already different from what Jaehoon showed us because Jaehoon had a Nexus first that completely punished. Here we're seeing a 1-gate expand before the start next core, which is actually something you can even see in SC2. So cool timings on that, especially when you can guarantee the fact that Terran can't really push out until they have some kind of siege tanks or vultures or that type of thing. So it makes perfect sense to be able to get that out, get the Zealot out for a little bit of pressure as the Zealot is walking straight across map. We'll be able to try and get here and do a little bit of damage. There is no wall, there's just 2 Marines here at the front. And that is not very much at all. The probe will see that, and we should be seeing the Zealot moving in and trying to do a little bit of damage. At most, it'll probably get a SCV kill. But odds are it's going to disrupt mining. We do now have 3 guys, so we have a great building placement. Those Marines can run in between there, and the Zealot cannot. The Zealot is fatter than the Marines, and consequently, the Marines can go down here and the Zealot can't. Which I find really funny considering that they're both, I think, technically considered small units in terms of the damage multipliers and everything for Brood War. I hope. Alright, so now the natural's almost done for Monsieur Bisu. No Dragoon range as of yet. He doesn't have the money for it. He is getting his first goon though, and he could block this with that 1 Zealot. It looks like he will be able to successfully, very nice, moving forward, making sure that SCV cannot get into the main base. That should force Fantasy to actually, or Bogus to pull that back, not Fantasy. Fantasy was the last game. But there is a natural bunker in the front. We should be seeing the command center being built in a second. There it is. Command center is significantly behind this Nexus. Still, we are watching as the factory is getting out of the machine shop. So siege tanks can definitely be made now. We're going to be able to possibly see vultures with mines being made first if we want to see the aggression coming out with a big vulture push. However, with expansion, I'm not sure what to expect. I'm trying to make like a really good strategic insight, and I'm just like, I don't know. 4th game casted Brood War ever. Haven't played in a very long time. I'm just having fun, and I'm just no idea what's going on. Still, it's fun. We have a nice bit of prosing around there, and Slide was out. So, where will we be going for? There, we see this done. He's not researching anything yet. He needs a little more minerals. Once he gets those minerals, tank has been made. Okay, another tank's being going. So I'm waiting for the siege mode. as that's kind of key for siege tanks and their effectiveness, is to have those good old siege tanks with siege mode. Because then they'll be able to kill off everything, especially right now, as it seems that Bisu doesn't really have any other higher tech yet. He's right now trying to focus on the economy. He is getting down this robo, so he could go for some Reaver drops, some Templar drops. Whether they're high or dark remains to be seen, but those are all good possibilities. He may even just go for this to try and get out observers, and then use a lot of economy, maybe go for like a big push or go for another base really quickly. Try and play macro, stay that base ahead against Terran that you really want to. So units aren't quite as good, at least until you get out some arbiter tech or carrier tech, something along those lines, in order to deal with the fact that Bogus is over here getting out siege tanks and vultures. And he is getting the vulture movement speed. I don't think he has. I don't think he has mines quite yet, but movement speed would be pretty key. He can do run-bys, try and get some probe kills, do some harassment, scouting, get his map control, and really focus on keeping Bisu contained, not able to expand or be aggressive. Maybe forcing it so that Bisu can't really push out until he has arbiter tech, can't really be aggressive until he has some kind of recall or something. Stasis at minimum. But we'll see what's going to happen. There's a lot of possibilities. Do we see any other tech observatories now out? We do have the... anything else? We do have Citadel of Adun. So there we go. We could be seeing some nice High Templar. Could see Dark Templar. And I'm seriously lacking of how to cast this because I don't have the knowledge I should to try and cast. But hey, it's all good. I want action. I want battles. Things that you don't need a particular amount of skill to be able to yell, "Oh my god!" and go through there as I waste time to try and recover my thoughts and my thought processes. So we supply block for Bisu is about to end. There we go. And he's getting out another pylon to further delay supply block. But where's the tech? He's got 3 gates out, and that is it. As far as things are going for Mr. Bogus, he's just now getting out his second factory with the machine shops and get out more tank production. Preventing from supply blocks. He does have an engineering bay. He'll be using that to scout, but he's actually getting... never mind, I thought that was a command center. It is not. I hear a turret. I see an observer dying. With that observer going down, it's an unfortunate lack of information for Bisu, but right now all these vultures moving around going to try and get a little bit of probe kills, but as you can see, these Dragoons are in a great position to go ahead and prevent that. They will manage to kill one vulture, maybe. There we go, now they're going to take that out. Still, we need an observer out here to actually help them take out. It's going to try and do some goon micro in order to take them down. We have a small pylon wall. We do see it's large enough to let any Protoss unit through, but it will sort of serve to funnel them and prevent him from being able to be perfect. But right now, these vultures are moving around looking for some kind of probe, some kind of expo. This mine is in a purely, obnoxious spot to prevent a nexus from going down in between those mineral patches. But there we have pylon going down. More pylons for a little wall. Probably going to get down a single cannon over here or something to try and help defend against any kind of vulture run-by. So we do have CC being made by Bogus. He'll be able to float that off and get this base. And I'm actually curious about this being the choice of third base for Bisu. Considering the map layout, I would definitely expect him to go for this base because it's farther away and there's this very, very obnoxious high ground that can easily serve to give Bogus a very nice position to attack. However, I'm newbie. I could be wrong, so I'm going to trust Bisu. Alright, so now moving around, we do see that Zoro's doing a nice job of scouting around. Pylon for another really tight wall. I'm surprised there's no cannon down here. I mean, at some point he might as well do that just because he has a great defensive position against vultures. This third is now being taken by Bogus fairly well. He's got a nice line of tanks to help him defend. You've got the comp set there. But upgrades, does he even have armories down? I don't see a single armory. His tanks are completely upgradeless, and oh, there we go, Arbiter tech's now out. So, I was thinking of being researched, but the first Arbiter is halfway done, and once that gets out, we could be seeing a push from Bisu to try and take down Bogus. With that Arbiter tech, he can get down some nice stasises, go for some recalls, do some weird things, try and pull back prevent Bogus from getting out to that really big 200 army that can be really deadly for Protoss to engage into. Right now, though, we do see that Bisu does have about a 40 food lead count, which is nice. It's a 40 lead in the food count. I always say that in the wrong order, I feel. Well, it's an awkward statement to really say, but the observers are out doing a good job of being just good with finding things, and there is the 4th base down. These vultures could easily move around though and try and take out that base, which is definitely something to be expected will be done. But now we're seeing the moving out of Bogus. He needs to get some really nice positions for his sieges. Looks like he's starting to set that up really, really well. Forcing Bisu back. 1 Dragoon does go down. The Arbiter tech is not quite there. Look at the energy. The stasis is not done yet, and the Arbiter needs more time for that get up the energy a little bit. We do have a Zealot Bomb. We could easily see them drop. There we go. First Zealot does get dropped down there. A little bit of splash damage. Not that much is actually being done, though. That pylon goes down. Now we have a hole in that wall. And there, ooh, great mines, taking down those Dragoons without too much difficulty. As we are seeing Bogus starting to press forward, we do have this Arbiter, only 75 energy though, and I think stasis costs 100, 125. I think recall's 150, but I don't particularly know, because I'm a newbie. But there we have the scan, gonna move down there. This Arbiter is there. Do we see more drops? We do have one more Zealot to be dropped. It does get dropped, and we see Zealots pushing forward. They do have the speed upgrades, can help them out a lot. We see the Vultures acting as really good tanks for those siege tanks, which is always a sentence I've always found weird to say. But we have another scan moving down there. The Arbiters are happily attacking the missile turret that's being built, so it's not going to go so well, but still the Arbiter does have a kill. Looks like this Zealot is going to be able to drop directly on top of there. We're going to see that to possibly take down that tank. Where we see it does fall, and Siege Tank Splash kills that turret. Is now out as both detection and to take out the Arbiter. But right now all these Vultures are trying to push forward, deal some damage. They're doing a great job of containing Bisu. Bisu though is still ahead in the food count by about 30. He will be having stasis in a second. He's definitely going to be within 5 seconds have enough to get one of those down. Well, with these stasis though, there are 2 tanks here that are a nice target if he wants to go for that, but I'm going to try and push forward, break it down a little bit, but then we're going to have the Observer here. Goliath is going to be down there. They can really do some damage to the Arbiter, take down the Observer as well, but there's a stasis on the 2 tanks and the Goliath. Those Zealots are going to be enough to break forward. Now we're seeing the tanks go down, and actually Bogus was trying to expand over here. Risky move by him. As he's going to try and move down. These units are all caught in that stasis, but this command center should be getting cancelled. Look how close it is to actually finishing. This base is now mining out for Bisu quite well. He's got getting his gas now. As he's going to continue pushing forward with all of the Zealots, but they get ripped apart by the Vultures and the mines. That was not the best little move for Bisu. Still though, 107 food to 153, almost a 50 food lead count. That is really, once again I said that same sentence, but it still gets the point across. These guys are going down. This base was probably cancelled as Bisu is now continuing to push forward, as right now these mines are getting a little bit annoying, but ooh, where's that siege tank with so much range? He's just taking out all those units. And we see Zealots pushing forward and try and drag in some mines, move forward. They'll be able to take down that tank. Nice trade. A mine and 2 Zealots for that tank. I would say it's definitely worth it. As for this, we have dropship coming down. So drops, possibly Vulture dropship coming in from Bogus. We do see this attack is moving across over the front. A lot of units are going down there. Zealots are going to start clearing away those mines, but we need an Observer. There's the Observer of the Goons. The wall is going to be able to hold without too much difficulty against those, against the Zealots in the mines, or against the Vultures in the mines. So that's perfectly fine over there. As this base, though, is going to be safe for the moment. This Pro was somehow allowed to live. 2 gateways are down there. We do have these 2 Vultures up at the top ready to move down here and try and take down the Pros while they start mining. However, with these cannons, I highly doubt they'll be able to get it down from that ramp. See, this guy does have 33. He's going to die from a few shots of those cannons. So there we have, oh, really nice tank. Going to be able to, like tank. I think the splash damage. Really nice mine. Be able to push forward and deal some damage down there, but we see a lot of units here. Bisu's now max, 200 food to 130 in the Terran. We have 2 Arbiters here. One of them is up for a stasis. This guy can get a nice job. Good on a couple of those tanks and Vultures. See him pushing forward. So many mines are on the field now. There's a scan going to reveal a lot of his units. These Zealots are now up in the front, taking down a lot of those tanks. We're going to see Bisu pushing forward. So many goons. This base is trying to get taken once again, but it looks like Bisu will be ignoring that as he's pushing left and continuing to deal damage, doing a lot of damage. So many Zealots SCVs are queued up. Zealots are in the mineral line dealing a lot of damage. Goons are attacking everything. This command center is being repaired by a few SCVs, but the damage that's being done is crazy. The science vessel is out. No more scans needed. There's a turret there as well. Still, an EMP could be really, really key right now to preventing these armors from getting enough energy to go for another stasis. This base is going to fall. No way that's being saved. Bisu now killed that. He could easily work on taking down this command center if he really wanted to. Should have an eye on that, and if he can take that out, that'll be huge. As he's already got all 5 of these bases mining quite well. Over here, it doesn't have a gas, but still, it's a lot of minerals coming in. And Bisu is still managing to keep his money low. He's such a good pro gamer. That's really the only way to put it. It's kind of a silly way to put it, too. We have all of these Zealots pushing forward, doing a great amount of damage to those tanks. Bisu does actually have the +2 attack, while the +1 attack is only down for Bogus. Where is that forge? I didn't even see a forge down there. There is that forge, getting the +3 attack. These armors probably have recall by now too, unless Bisu just wants to continue moving forward and dealing damage. But there is a stasis on that science vessel. That's a pretty big deal. We have the science vessel as well, some tanks, and GG gets called by Bogus, and that is game. Bisu wins. Well done. I enjoyed that PvT. Yay! I enjoyed Brood War 2. Thank you guys very much for watching, and please give me critiques. I know for a fact my knowledge base is slightly off considering I haven't played in years, and I've been doing a lot with StarCraft 2. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. I hope it was okay. I don't know what I'm going to do now. I'm going to do something though. Yeah.